Nick, I got a little bit of sad news to share. With 2:50 to play, the concession stands have been closed for the
And again, point differential is so important in these Emirates NBA Cup games. Kyshawn, corner, three, good. Kyshawn keeping the ball inbounds.
Now get it back. Let's see if they want to run.
Butler trying to reward Kyshawn for the hustle, and he does just that. Kyshawn from distance.
Jonas Valanciunas holds it high. 4 seconds on the shot clock, and a 3-ball is good by Kyshawn George, his first basket of the game.
Bub with the rebound. Kyshawn on a pull-up by George. I think he's got it. Timeout.
That they can go to for more information.
Yes, absolutely. MedStarHealth.org/prevent cancer. People just need to know their family history and to get screened.
Thank you for everything that you and MedStar.
Kevon Looney, part of the championship teams, now coming off the bench in his 10th year. Kyshawn George slashing a three. Drew, with 90 seconds left in the second, he was 1 for 5 as Kyshawn rings up a three.
And look, you see how important these Kevon Looney to beat you in transition down the floor.
Kyshawn, triple is up, triple is good.
I have to put money on it. Consecutive strings of defensive stops. It's always a 1 stop, 2 scores, 2 stops, 2 more scores.
Oh, off glass. Baker's hours. As you said, he got some new money. Look at the Warriors here trapping Bub. Kyshawn again for 3. Kyshawn George, 6 triples.
That can shoot threes and are shooting at a good percentage, including Jay Huff, who's into the game. He's 10th in the league in three-point percentage. That 3 in by Kyshawn George. This is a Wizards team that struggles to defend the three-point line. And a three-pointer by Kyshawn George.
Again, Jaren's jump shooting, keeping Sarr out on the perimeter. That means no shot blocking around the basket.
Keontae George deep.
They like these rims.
Points in the paint there in the first quarter, not a bad number. Wizards the same amount.
That's a corner 3, and that's good from Kyshawn George. That's 8 points for the rookie. 3-point shot from the right side. That's good. Kyshawn George, his second 3. Carrington behind the back dribble. Aldwell Pope picked him up. 3-point shot. Good again.
A good backup combo we have with Wendell being out.
Kyshawn George, nothing but net again.
Couple of years, Valanciunas and Şengün had some pretty good battles with one another when Houston played New Orleans.
Well, the Rockets would see, some size. They would struggle as the 3 goes there for
another
Washington.
3, yep. 3, snaking, and then gets turned over. Picked up by Carrington, ahead to George, pulls up, quick 3, good.
George shut off, pull, up fake, back to George. Kyshawn George puts down the 3.
And a wonderful teammate, just an amazing person.
Deep 3 by George is good, and he's making that sign.
Pacers lead at 17-16 with Brown scoring 11. Into the corner. And George for 3. And he hits the 3. George off a screen. Brogdon up in the air. George for 3.
That's all right. George makes the shot, but Miles made a heckin'.
Let's see what Doc is doing. We want to reward him for playing such a great game, and if he could pick up a personal accolade in the process and it doesn't hurt you.
Keep credit for that. Just saying, look, we got to speed this game up.
And George straight away strokes 1 from 3.
He shines off the floor as well.
So Washington with a 5-point lead. Start of the second quarter. Good close out there on Kispert. George has his second 3. Like you said, Mike, you set that screen. You got to make the defense make a decision. And you can really take advantage of it when you got a guy like Hartenstein who can go over the top. And another 3 for Washington.
Knicks are shooting 50% from 3. Kyshawn George trying his hand at a 3-pointer.
It's going to be good to see Kyshawn George He has been on a tear and is taking that next step and showing that he can be consistent. And this possession right here will probably show that and display that, where he can facilitate and the play is not over.
14 points here in the quarter, 27 overall. JV trailing, George. Range from 3. Kispert rejecting that SAR screen. Probing. Kick out. The rookie Kyshawn George touching net. Darrington over to Kyshawn. Kyshawn starting to get warm.
Right now the Pels on an 11-2 run, but it slowed down. The Pels finish with only 9 triples against the Heat. George on the flyby.
Offensive rebound for George.
Good job for George. See if he can knock this one down.
And he does.
But how did he get that 3?
Flex cut along that baseline, got open, posted up, and finished over Valanciunas.
Taryn, keep up the creativity with those halftime updates, though. Appreciate that as George rolls in the 3.
Kispert, one of the best bench scorers in the NBA this year. George cans a 3. In that Indiana game, as the Bulls did play a little bit better in the second half. George, that's good. Another 3. He's got a very nice shot.
Good job by Zach.
Pull the kick. Good rotation. George. But he's got a really nice, solid shot.
Great points.
Their largest lead at 21.
And it's on the defense.
Yeah,
I like watching him shoot, man. That's a heck of a shot for George.
They need to find him some plays.
Butler on the run here. You hear Brian keep telling the team to move it, and it cashes out to Kyshawn in the corner.
He was right.
Shot clock at 3 for Valanciunas, who gives it to George. And the rookie tickles the twine.
Put the gas mask on.
And not in foul trouble. He said, I know I have active hands. I can get my hand on deflections. I can get into the passing lane. But it's me knowing when to and when not to.
Kuz, kick out, swing, Carrington. Back over to George. And it bounces. A little shooter's bounce for the rookie.
That's excellent help defense right there by Jonas.
Kyshawn in the corner. Third 3 of the game. He's got 9. Kuz, Kyshawn, do it again. Why not, young fella? Why not? Stay hot.
Going.
12 of 23 shooting. This is now his 4th straight game of scoring 30 or more. George! Kyshawn thought about it, passes over to Kispert. Corey inside on the driving kick. Kyshawn deep 3. Oh yeah!
Big time!
Indeed, young fella.
Wow!
That's a rarity. The little big man normally finishes that.
You love that take. You do not want Kyshawn George to start to get hot. That we saw in Washington. He hit 5 straight shots.
Getting back into some rhythm, being able to play live from here on out, and hopefully a return is near.
What's it been like for you since you've been out? How much film have you been watching, and what's it like to kind of watch?
And that's something,
right?
That's an accomplishment, man.
You're talking about an icon in Allen Iverson.
Really, really important, especially, down the stretch of that game, the 4th quarter alone.
Fox, quick with the hands. Wizards stay with it. George, man, he has a good shot.
Kuzma. At the defender, gave Vincent right on his hip. From the outside, George knocks it through.
Just short stick. Kispert, he's a little net out there. He's very physical.
George lets a 3-pointer fly. Well, we saw them do this.
The dribbling for the Wizards.
Long 3 is made by Kyshawn George.
I like what you did because that's the opposing team. Don't do that to us.
All right, I promise. 31-15, Raptors. George! Kuz is frustrated and push away Barnes. Looked like he might have kicked him while he was down. Kyshawn beating the shot clock. Wow, good decision. Over to George.
Great ability to find his teammates, I just said.
Carrington over to George. Seams up a three and knocks it in.
This is the end Kevin Hansen was talking about. Buckling down on the defensive side. Kyshawn George for three.
Handoff action, and Jaden goes under.
Badly missed the layup. Thought there was a foul there. Kuzma. Kyshawn George, sidestep three, money.
At Flint, Michigan, they've had some ballers over the years. That's the first shot attempt of the game for the rookie Kyshawn George, and he nails a triple. George, a catch and shoot. Oh my goodness. They don't normally shoot like this.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of this group. We've always seen that level of resiliency throughout, but it was about the finish and closing it.
Three ball in and out and back in again.
In ways that we're finding what they're looking for because of those stops, and defenses can't set back in their half-court D.
Kick out, George, corner, money. This is a Wizards team that's similar to the Nets. These are guys getting an opportunity to showcase to their team or potentially other teams that they deserve to be getting the minutes in the NBA. And right now, Kyshawn George, 4.5 minutes scoreless now for Brooklyn. Vukcevic back in there. George on a reload. He will load and hit the three. Kyshawn George. Guarded by Owoma on the outside. Got the clock down to 8. George, step away three. He's been money all night.
Kyshawn, corner three. Yes! Excellent start for the Wizards. We've talked about the little things that he has done these last 6 games, but give him credit again for the professionalism of being out here, staying ready, and doing something with those minutes. Kyshawn in the corner. Ball tapped out to Bilal. Kyshawn.
Hey,
wide out on a catch and shoot three.
Gas mask time.
Kick out to Kyshawn. George again. Kyshawn, a perfect 4 for 4 from downtown. He's got 14.
Carrington. Thought about a three. Passes it over to George. Yes, sir. Kyshawn George. Coming back from that ankle injury, hitting his first shot of the night. Not able to convert. Kyshawn. Three's up, three's good. That's second among rookies. Halliburton misses. Sarr with the rebound. Trying to push it downhill. Kicking it over to George. Good ball movement. Oh, Mathurin. Tough move on Sarr with a nice contest. Bub on the run. Kicking it out to Kyshawn. Yes, sir! Sarr now spinning on Lopez and a kick out. Deep three. George!
Yep, that's a great sign, Kyshawn George.
Turning, shooting, missed the jumper, rebound by Washington. Koulibaly setting up on the right wing. George for three, it's good. That's Kyshawn George out of the University of Miami. Isaac is on Kispert. Kispert escapes into the lane. Three-point shot is good. That's a beautiful looking shot over there by Kyshawn George. George for three again. This one is good. Kyshawn George
misses that opportunity. Bilal gets the steal.
Get something good.
George with a three with the feed from Holmes. 84-78 Brooklyn. Carrington, Hansen with the basketball. Swinging it over to Kyshawn. Deep three. Jeremy was going to be up at this level soon.
I'm going to say him and Rashawn Holmes started together in Philly.
Hornets on an 8-0 run. Catch and shoot for George. Oh, friendly bounce. Rim blasting in from the corner. Hornets won the first game of that 6-game road trip. They've lost 5 in a row. Koulibaly. George.
And a man who 32 years ago to the day had the best rebounding game in Heat history against Washington. So that's a three. Bam missed that one. Rebound comes down to Kyshawn George. Wizards shooting 31% for the night. George triples.
I like the versatility and the switching that they're able to do with these five.
George rattles in a three. The 9th triple made by Washington. Wizards lead is up 59-53.
Well, Utah has played a clean game, but no fouls for them in this quarter.
Oh, good relocation by George coming off that assist from Smart. Good contest by George. Reward Kyshawn for the defense. How about it? Carrington with a great look as Kyshawn puts the mask on.
When these teams met at the end of January, Raptors got off to a 14-0 start and just held the lead throughout. Corner three. Really? So a response from 21.7 a night. Poole behind the back. And it's picked up by George. It was intended for Sarr. And George at the end of the buzzer able to knock it down.
And that journey, what they're going through, but next year is going to be exciting.
Sarr, lead pass. George, the three is good.
It was something special, and it really gave the Raptors a boost.
Kispert cut off by Castleton. George with the three. Good clean look.
Middleton to the baseline. Sarr from in close, no. Marcus Smart to Kyshawn George. George connects for three. Corey Kispert picks it up. Kispert to the lane. On top to Kyshawn George. Triple try, it's through for three. Sarr gives it to Chris Middleton. Cross court feed for Kyshawn George. Kyshawn George on top. Sarr thought about a three, didn't take it, hands to Chris Middleton. George for three, and that one's through. Where has he been?
Jokic and Sarr having quite a battle in the pivot tonight. Long range George, and he knocks it in. Well, he's got 14 points. Jokic with 29. George for three. 3 seconds remaining. George got it. Unbelievable. They're out on Poole. Poole cross courts it. Over to George for three. He knocks it in. 10 seconds remaining.
Good ball movement. Corner three by Champagny. Not there. Rebound to Sarr. And he keeps it alive for the Wizards. Deep three for George. It's good.
Tom Haberstroh, do you have more for us?
Yeah, Lamar, when you look at the numbers, Shaedon Sharpe has his 8th.
Several great storylines to come out of this road trip. One of them is that kid right there. Kyshawn George continues to thrive.
Good D by the Knicks, keeping guys in front of them.
Kyshawn George goes at Mitchell Robinson. His three-pointer's good. That's only their second three-pointer out of 16 attempts.
Oh, they ran away from George, and he hits a three.
That's bad communication.
Appreciate all of you being with us again tonight. Alan and Kate with you down here in D.C. Looking forward to wrapping up the season in South Philly on Friday and Sunday.
Got that go-go music playing in here for Washington on offense. It's Kyshawn.
We've been talking about just the athleticism that the Bulls possess now with the young group. Should push the pace more, and that's been a theme all year. George got it.
Yeah, they got a good one in this kid.
Yep, after a cold stretch in February. George, good, man. That's a smooth-looking shot for Kyshawn George in the 9-10 matchup. So it'll be a nationally televised game. Stacy, Casey, myself, as George hits a three, and the rest of our CHSN crew.
5 minutes left in the half. Kyshawn George triples. 114 triples for him in his rookie year.